Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's on. The universe's most important podcast is back. The Family Matters podcast. Your boy Torae is in the building.
Sorry, I yawned. Sorry. I just started to do the intro. I started yawning. I was like,
You just going to yawn?
I was trying to hurry
You
it
just
up.
going to yawn through the intro? Like, we ain't even start yet. You said you bored already?
No, it's been a busy week.
All right, man. Taylor's in the building as well. Welcome back. Thank you for rocking with us for episode
8.
Yeah, man, now we rolling. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. You know what I mean? We got 2 consecutive weeks of recording.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The energy is right. We back in the building, and we got a whole lot to talk about. Tay, you want to set it off this week?
Yeah, you know what? I've never set it off before. I want to set it off.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the set off.
So, new music. Eminem, out of nowhere, dropped his album Kamikaze.
That's crazy. Did you listen to it?
No. 1, because it came out of nowhere. 2, because I'm not a big Eminem fan.
Yeah, I've tried to play you and put you on to tons of Eminem records, and even if you didn't love the content, I always wanted you to just respect,
I respect Eminem.
Like the wordplay and
Yeah.
like the multi-syllable stanzas and just like the way he puts his verses together. Even if you don't love what he's saying, like, what a wonderful day. I should go outside and play. Ain't no read to stand around the house and hibernate. Hi, Renee. I was about to throw a live grenade in your driveway and drive away. Just like the way he puts words together, I've always been amazed by it, man. Shout out to Eminem.
I think he's a good writer, which someone who really, really likes writing in English, I really respect, because that's like, you get like a writing like prompt or like a essay that you have to do it like that, where it's kind of like prose and it's very free form. It's not as structured. And those are always like the best ones to me. And I would like do like cool like rhyme schemes and cool like breaks and like lines and like put commas where there shouldn't be commas, but it'll still be right. It's just how you read and how it flows. So I can respect Eminem like that, because it kind of just reminds me of English class. But Eminem, to me, makes music for kids who call their parents by their first names. So like,
Damn it, Gwyneth!
Michelle bought me an Xbox the other week, or Tommy didn't come home from work last night. Like,
he makes music for kids who call their parents by their first name.
Yeah.
Well, I think Kamikaze is dope. Shout out to Eminem. Well, let me reel back on that a little bit. Yeah. Let me reel back just a little bit. So I've only given it 1.5 listens. It definitely sounds like the M that I grew up knowing and loving. Again, with the rhyme schemes and the patterns. I wasn't in love with all of the production so far, but I haven't really gotten a chance to like super sit with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listened to it while I was watering the grass this morning, and then I listened to it again on the drive in. So, but like, as far as him being on his A game, for sure. I just got to kind of figure out if I'm in love with some of the music that he selected. But he's been shooting back at everybody who has something to say about the Revival Project that a lot of people, I guess myself included, didn't really like. I know I didn't like it because I didn't go back to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I listened to it and it's like, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it had no replay value for me. So I guess I'm in that majority of people who didn't really rock with it. But sometimes albums that you don't like off the rip can grow on you.
Yeah, but I feel like, to me, I don't like all my favorite albums aren't albums that I've had to go back and grow on, because I've always liked them from the beginning. If I haven't liked fully liked the whole thing, I've liked a couple songs that made me want to go back. But I feel like if I have to force myself to go back, then I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a reason to like it. But
that's my general rule as well. Like, if I gotta force myself to keep listening and trying to find a reason to like it or a way to like it, then I just don't like it.
Yeah,
and that's fine. So shout out to Eminem, new music out there, and like you said, out of nowhere. We were just talking about people just dropping like surprise albums, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I think the bigger artists though can do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Eminem. So you find out it's an Eminem album out there, that's all the marketing and promo you need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, word of mouth.
Do like a press tour or something like that. But he did do it like an interview with LL Cool J.
Yeah. And I guess unbeknownst to me at the time that was probably, the setup around the release of the new project, man. Shout out to LL Cool J, Rock the Bells Radio, Sirius XM family. Your man Troye Sivan dropped a new project.
Yeah.
You been blasting it?
I'm excited. I like it.
Is it dope?
Yeah.
Word.
I somehow, I don't know how, found time to listen to that during my hectic week, and I really like it. It's not as good as Blue Neighborhood, but that's because Blue Neighborhood came at like such a very like good time for me, and like it was like a good album, like it meant a lot to me. But it's still a really good album, and he's grown as an artist, and he's talking about how he fell in love with his boyfriend, and it's so cute, it's adorable.
It's so cute. Yo, when I drop my new project, if anybody describes it as so cute and adorable,
I don't
smoke
think you
on sight.
describe rap as that, but this is like pop.
Word. So shout out to Troye Sivan. Yeah, so he's another person out there that you've been following for a while.
Yeah.
You put me on to him.
Did I?
Yeah. You went to the concert in New York, right?
That was Terminal 5.
Your favorite venue.
And only Terminal 5 show I've ever been to. It was such a good show. That was 2014. I think it was around my birthday time. That's why I went. And so, yeah, I went with my friend Diamond, and Mom went as well. And we were in the back, and we somehow thugged our way to the front, and it was great.
Dogging. No
really
doubt.
Good. So, shout out to Troy.
The OG Bun B is back with a new project as well. Return of the Trill. Rest in peace to Pimp C. Shout out to Bun B. If you haven't heard me and Bun B's record, make sure you go check that out. It's out there right now on all your digital streaming platforms and all that. But he got a new project. I didn't get a chance to listen to that as of yet, but I'm going to definitely check it. Bun B is one of those artists that get better with time. You know, just like a classic MC, sticks to his guns and always delivers quality work. So
I like the title, Return of the Trill. Like, trill is one of my favorite words.
But like Bun B, so if you don't know the origin of Trill,
I don't.
Bun B, Pimp C, Port Arthur, Texas, they started that. They've been Trill since day one. So before it became like a cool thing to say or like it turned into like a pop thing. You know what I'm saying? Like crip walking.
My first time I heard of Trill was like middle school. So like
who was Trill though? Who was talking about?
7th or 8th grade.
Like the ASAP Mob or something.
Yeah, they were like Trill, and then like 7th, 8th grade, we was like, yeah, that's true.
Right.
I don't know what it means.
Exactly. So it became popular. It became pop. You know what I'm saying? But Bun B and rest in peace Pimp C, the originators and founders of that whole Trill movement, that whole, you know, Texas area is where derives from, man. So big shout out to the homie Bun B. Also, Don Q from High Bridge dropped his Don Season 2 project. Did you listen to that?
No, man.
You ain't listen to Don Q?
You know I didn't listen to Don Q.
Don Q is actually dope, though. He got bars. I haven't listened to a full project, but anything I've heard from him, whether it be a verse on an A Boogie joint or like a freestyle, like him going to the radio black, and he definitely can rhyme, no doubt about it. I don't know if I'm super compelled to go listen to a whole project from him right now, but he can definitely rap. What I do not like, though, is that it's called Don Season 2. I hate sequel albums, mixtapes, projects.
Really?
Yes.
So you don't like, Lil Baby, for example, is like Go Hard, Hardest in the Game, Harder Than Ever. They all like sequel albums.
I like that. I like the continue on, like being slick with the words.
But that's the same thing.
No, if you just call it the same exact thing and slap a 2 at the end, that's whack to me, bro. I don't want your, sequel album.
Didn't like Lupe Fiasco do it? Like drinks, food, and liquor.
Nah, I ain't like Food and Liquor 1, so I definitely wasn't with Food and Liquor 2. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of like because hip hop and music is all about, or for me at least, what I enjoy about it is being creative with words. So if you like slacking on the title, you know what I'm saying, like Daily Conversation 2, you know, Daily Conversation 3, Daily Conversation 18, like fam, all right, enough is enough.
Like Fast and Furious.
Well, with movies is different, and then but they do flip it, right? So they do flip it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still a play on the main words, but they find a way to just kind of make it interesting. Like throw me a bone. You know what I'm saying?
Titles is hard.
Yeah, and precisely. So I want you to put some thought into it. Don't just slap a 2 on the end of it. What if I had another daughter and I named her Taylor 2?
Well, you can't do that.
Why not? It's the same as Don Season 2.
Not really.
Just throw a 2 at the end of it, man. And lastly on my list, I have Hood Celebrity. Did you were not familiar with Hood Celebrity?
No, I don't know who that is.
That walking trophy record is ginormous out there.
I might have heard it, but I might not have heard it. So.
I'm gonna play it right now so you can hear
you
it.
should use that to put me on, so I can.
Nah, that's just cheating.
Oh,
But I thought her title was funny because on the song Walking Trophy, which is her biggest record out, she said she got a line where she said, "You pretty on the gram and you pretty in our real life," because it's like a Caribbean vibe joint. So you're pretty on the gram and you're pretty in our real life. So the name of her project is In Our Real Life.
In Our Real Life.
Yo, that's just as funny as 21 Savage naming his album It's an Album.
Yeah, that was...
her using In a Real Life. But I haven't heard it yet. Shout out to the whole KSR, everybody on her team, Epic Records and all that. So definitely some new music out there right now. Is there anything that's we anticipating, we looking forward to? Anybody else dropping that we know of?
You know, we were talking about this the other day. Well, I was talking to you. You was probably working and probably like didn't hear me, but
yo, if I don't, as a general rule of thumb, if you talking to somebody and they don't acknowledge, reply, respond, look in your direction, then they probably didn't hear you. So technically, you weren't talking to them.
That is not true. If I'm talking, looking at you, and I'm talking towards you.
Nah, if I'm not paying attention, if I got headphones on, if I'm typing or writing or doing something else, and I don't make any acknowledgement, then I didn't get the message. Therefore, the conversation was only one-sided. You can't have a one-sided conversation.
But that doesn't mean I'm not talking to. I'm talking to someone means you talking like to them, like.
But you gotta make that's like me standing there, like your back is turned to me, or you looking in your computer, and I'm like, oh Taylor, look, that light's about to fall on your head. If you don't acknowledge that you heard me and react to what I said, then you didn't hear me. And when the light fall on your head, I can't be like, oh, but I told you, because I didn't make sure you knew.
Yeah, you can. You could be like, you told me because you did indeed tell me, and you said my name, and you said my name.
All right, man. When I tell you to do something, you better let me know you heard me say do it and get it done. And
I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, except for the times you don't hear me, you don't say okay, or you act like you ain't hear me and just don't do it.
I never do that.
You be doing this.
No, there's no music that I'm looking for.
All right, so what were you gonna say now about?
Oh, I was telling you the other day that I don't think there's any albums that's coming out that I'm excited for. I'm really only excited for this Joyce Manor project. But
Who's that?
It's a band that I've been following for a while.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's not anything else I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, I don't know if any I'm trying to think if any big guns are coming through. I mean, we had no idea there was gonna be a new Eminem album, so. If Hov drop a new album tomorrow, I'm definitely not going to be like, oh, man, I didn't know it was coming. I'm not listening to that. I know that there's rumblings of new Nas music out there, stuff that he was working on before the Nasir project. Swizz has got an album still on deck. Poison, I believe, is the title of that everybody seems to be rocking with. We'll be in September, top of September. There's still time.
October, November, December.
Yeah, fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
There's definitely.
Fourth quarter.
Yeah,
I remember. Just going off topic for a second, like when 2018 started, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this year, and I wasn't jinxing myself. Like I felt that way since December of 2017, and I was about right.
He's like, this year gonna be trash.
Yeah, I for the first day, New Year's. So first of all, my New Year's resolution was to stop eating cheese, but I rang off the New Year eating Cheez-Its.
Yeah,
so that was over.
You blew that right off the gate.
And then I was like, I don't know how I feel about this year. This year might be a little iffy, and I was right.
Why?
Why? I don't know. I just got that vibe.
You got that feeling?
Yeah.
You should have used that energy to totally reverse that feeling and
I
you know
tried.
what? I'm gonna crush 2018. It's gonna be the best year ever.
I tried and it was still garbage.
Nah, it didn't work out for you?
No.
I think that I just looked up and it was September already. I'm like, yo, dog, I can remember it was just New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
It was just the longest January ever, and now we all the way in the 9th month of the year. So time is definitely moving fast. Life comes at you fast. So make the most of it and all of that. But in September fashion, it is back to school time.
Yeah, for
even you back in school. You've been back in school for 9 months already.
Yeah, I'm in Monday be my 5th week, so
right.
Yeah.
But for the kids who are on the East Coast and up north, they pretty much going back to school now. And I saw something really interesting I definitely want to get your take on. So shout out to Wiz Khalifa. He has a son with Amber Rose, Lil Sebastian. Shout out to Baby Bash. Wiz Khalifa was really excited, you know what I'm saying, taking his kid to the bus stop and letting him get on the bus and go to school and enjoy your school day and all that. And then mad people who always in somebody's pockets, somebody comments, somebody's life, chimed in and was like, you're rich. Why is your son taking the school bus to school?
Well, how old is Sebastian?
I mean, he's a kid, probably 4 or 5. I don't know. Yeah. We'll double check and see how old he is. But he's a young kid. You know what I'm saying?
Kids I feel like that's building character. Your first beef is the kid with on the bus because you sit in your spot and then you sit there for 3 days and then you come on the bus late and then somebody else in your spot and you how he took my unassigned seat. That's right. Part of growing up.
That's a rite of passage.
It's a rite of passage on the bus. So.
Sebastian is 5 years old. So that means, so either first grade or the year before first grade. But I think that
kindergarten?
Yeah, whatever that school. I don't think I went to kindergarten, so I don't remember.
All right, here we go. But yeah, I think it's fine that he's taking a bus. He's 5 years old. I think it would be more detrimental for him to be 5 years old driving up in a Lamborghini Diablo or an Osiris or Pegasus or something like that. He doesn't need to be pulling up in a ostentatious car. He's a 5-year-old.
But my point is people always want to assume what you should do or put their overbearing presence in your life, you know what I'm saying, or count your money or spend your money. What 5-year-old kid, like you said, needs to be escorted? Obviously, Wiz and Amber have amassed enough money that I'm sure that they live in a really nice neighborhood. And I'm sure that the kids that are riding on that bus also live in that nice neighborhood because their parents,
North and
right,
well, the rest of them,
all the other rich kids. Blue, you know what I mean? Blue sitting in the front.
Yeah.
Nah, Blue. You think Blue sitting in the front of the bus or the back?
She's in the middle.
She in the middle?
She's like in the middle.
But my point is like, yeah, it's not like he's sitting in a bus with a bunch of like thugged out, rambunctious, rowdy kids or whatever. Or maybe he is, but I think that they have the right to do that. He's a kid. Like he shouldn't be a prisoner of his family's or his parents' celebrity and fame. He should have as normal, and I'm making air quotes, a life as possible.
Yeah, I don't think it would be fair to him to like make him live a certain life just because who his parents are, because he's a totally different person from Wiz, and he's a totally different person from Amber. I was gonna call her Miss Rose because I feel weird calling her Amber. Like, I don't know, I got mad respect for her. So Rose, so
you gotta have head for me to call you Miss Rose. That's all I'm saying. Nah, shout out to Amber Rose. And I guess that kind of leads me right into this other thing that I saw online that I thought was super stupid. Do you know Elvin from The Cosby Show?
No.
Elvin dated Sandra? I think so. Yeah, Sandra and Elvin were the couple on The Cosby Show. Obviously, you know The Cosby Show, yes?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to say, I'm a terrible parent if you don't know. But Elvin, or Geoffrey Owens, was one of the actors from The Cosby Show. That show ended 1 billion years ago. And I haven't seen him in many things since then. And I'm not taking shots. I'm just kind of like trying to run through my mind and see if I remember seeing him cast in anything else. So even though he had a pretty prominent role in a very huge, successful sitcom back in the 80s, 90s, I haven't seen much work from him since. And so it ended in 92, right? So from 92, say he had a couple things going, couple dollars till 94. Like, what is that man supposed to do from then until now? I ask that because he's working allegedly or apparently in Trader Joe's. Some people saw him in Trader Joe's and decided to take a picture and try to clown him like, yo, Elvin is working in Trader Joe's bagging. And I'm like, what else is that man supposed to do? Like, how you trying to fault somebody for having a job and figuring out a way to provide and feed themselves or their families?
Well, I mean, he could have invested, and I'm sure that money would have, once you invest, you could, like, take some of that. Like, you can still make money without, like, being on a TV show and stuff like that. So if you invest, you get, like, property, stocks and stuff, you can still have money. But even if he didn't do that, which I can understand, like, he's still trying to make an honest wage and an honest lifestyle. Exactly. He's doing what millions and millions of other people do.
Bruh, if nobody worked at Trader Joe's, then whoever took that picture wouldn't have been able to go to Trader Joe's because there was nobody.
You wouldn't have your almond windmill cookies if it wasn't for him.
Yo, side note, before vegan days, those was the bomb.
Those was mad good. If y'all haven't had those, get those.
Yeah, that was the wave.
But yeah, he just trying to get an honest wage, because you wouldn't do that to like a regular person,
right? You wouldn't be like, oh, look at you, Kevin, while you working here.
Yeah, just because he's Geoffrey Owens, you gonna do it. But he's just trying to make an honest lifestyle. I respect it.
I definitely respect it.
I think it's hard to admit that you was once so big and like you was like not the face of the Cosby Show, but you was on such a big syndicated show to have to, admit that, you're in a tough financial situation and you got to work at Trader Joe's. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. I think I respect it more than him sitting at home like, nah, I'm Elvin. I ain't finna go work at Trader Joe's. Like, Elvin, you're gonna be a bum on the street if you don't go work somewhere. And also, I think the same holds true for a lot of artists that I know that feel like they too famous or popular to go get jobs. I'm like, but you not getting no money. Like, you not putting out records, or you not selling records, or you not touring. So what are you supposed to do? You going to go to jail hustling? You going to try to do credit card scams? You know what I'm saying? Like, you going to go sell crack? Like, what are you going to do? How you going to make money? You got to make money every day. You got to make a couple of dollars so that you can sustain and maintain your life. So I don't fault anybody, celebrity or former celebrity or famous, that goes and gets a job. I mean, I can remember it was a tough time for me. You know what I'm saying? I had records out and I had to like swallow my pride and go deliver pizza. It was the worst thing ever, but I had to do what I had to do.
But that also should bring up the conversation about how there is an unequal and unfair amount of distribution of wealth. There's like Jeff Bezos. And
yo, some make like $6 million an hour or something.
He can like he can like get rid of world hunger like 7 times.
Like Thanos with the snap?
Yeah, and still have enough money. He like, it wouldn't even dent his pockets. Him, Jeff, Mark Zuckerberg, like Jay-Z and Beyonce, they're not like up there, but she make like $50 million like a second at Coachella or something, like not 50 million, but she made a lot of money for a second at Coachella. I think it's so unfair that we don't have a fair amount of distribution of wealth.
I feel you. Actually,
sorry.
No, go ahead, go.
8 guys make, how many people is on the earth? Like 7.2 billion or something like that?
Yeah, and that's just on 17th Street in Coney Island.
This 8 people make more than 7.2 billion people in the world.
That's crazy.
You have 8 people who are making more than 70.2 billion. How is that possible?
So there's a list out there right now where all the billionaires, how much all the billionaires make per hour. And I was literally just looking at it today, and I thought it was crazy. And like you said, Jeff Bezos, I think he make like $4 or $5 million an hour or something.
You could end world hunger and poverty 8 times over, and it wouldn't put a dent in your pockets. Like, how is that possible?
Yeah, but it's crazy because I guess the flip side of that is these people do what they do. They work hard. They come up with these ideas. They create, they sacrifice. And why should their hard work then go to people who didn't do what they did or work as hard?
Yeah, I
like
get
that kind of blows up the whole capitalistic mentality.
Earn their money fair and square. Well, not fair and square. I'm sure they had to hustle for a bit, but or like cheat some people. But they did earn their money, and they did, do what they had to do. So it probably isn't fair that I have to like give up some of my money. But it's not like I'm not doing what I have to do. I am doing what I have to do. I just can't make that amount of money. But there's also people that, are bums and they shouldn't deserve to get free money. But at the same time, it's a two-sided coin. But yeah, back to Jeffrey. So I don't want to call you Jeff. I don't know you like that, bro.
I mean, he worth $112 billion. So, you know what I mean? He probably cool with you call him Jeff.
Oh. Jeffrey Owens is worth how much?
No, not Jeffrey Owens. I'm talking about Jeff Bezos.
Oh, my fault.
Jeffrey Owens probably not worth $112 billion.
But yeah, they did, come up with these ideas fair and square, and they did like earn and stuff like that. But I don't think it's fair that they should have. Because what do you do with all that money? You sit on it?
Yeah, I mean,
it's not like they like Elon Musk in and they like
reinvested in, putting it back into other things, and trying to do things. I think that. And again, this is like, a big conversation and conflict that people have, because you have a group of people who amassed so much wealth, right? And then you have the other group of people who are constantly working, striving, grinding, trying to get it, and will never get to that place and attain it. But it shouldn't be the people who have obtained its responsibility to take care of the rest of the world. But on the flip side of that, like morally speaking, if you know that you can have the power to end hunger, you know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't you want to do that?
And also, you're saying that it's not their responsibility. They're making like there's only so much money in circulation. You can't print more money because that'll lead to inflation. Shout out Miss Shooty Rose for teaching me about that in econ. But if you print more money, that'll lead to inflation and it'll decrease the value.
Decrease the value of the dollar.
So they're getting all the money that is in circulation. They're getting it, so it's not like I can get the money.
I can't. I technically can't get it because you have it already.
There's not enough money for me to get because you have all that money. So they're creating an economic problem.
Yeah.
But if they give that money back, you're not putting more. You're not putting like new money.
Money in circulation.
Old money. So you create circulating more money, which for them lead to people getting more money, like regular people getting more money, and they would get more money because it's kind of like investing. So they should just do that.
Yeah, it's catch-22, if you will, because again, people work hard and come up with things like me, right? I work hard, say I come up, I hit a lick, you know what I'm saying? Boom, now I got 5M. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, yo, I worked hard for my 5M. When I had $5, nobody was here helping me. I figured a way up out of it, and I made my money, and I don't feel like it should be my responsibility to just give it all away. I personally wouldn't do that because I think we spoke about this on the pod before. I think one of the responsibilities of success, and especially once you get to a point where you're wealthy, is to figure out how to help and give back and, help continue to change lives and put people in positions that they can get out of poverty and then do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's really like, for me, each one teach one, you know what I'm saying? Like, takes a village. We all, work back in the community to help the community as a whole. So that's what I would do if I had the bread, but I can't tell somebody else what to do with their money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Anyway, shout out to Geoffrey Owens, man.
Yeah.
Elvin, I'm going to go home and turn on TV One. I'm sure there's an episode of The Cosby Show running right now. And I think that because the way things go viral these days, if he is still interested in acting or, entertainment, somebody's gonna see it and holla at him like, yo, you want to, you know what I mean, come work. Tyler Perry gonna be like, you want to come work at the space?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, or do something. So I think that this actually might work to his benefit. But I think that anybody who clowned that man for going
working
out
the same job that you work,
right?
Because you know you work at Rite Aid.
You was right.
Or
you was in Trader Joe's coming from Best Buy. Like, stop, fam. Don't do that. Don't do that. Shout out to anybody out there trying to make an honest wage to feed themselves and their families. Moving into more people with massive wealth, I saw Janet Jackson this week.
Janet Jackson?
Yeah, Miss Jackson, if you nasty. The Janet. Michael and them sister? Yeah, her. Crazy, man. So BMI had the R&B and Hip Hop Awards here in Atlanta. I am an ASCAP writer, but I did, reach out to my peoples over there at BMI just because
I was thinking about that. Isn't that like rival gangs?
ASCAP gang or Don't Bang. Well, they're all PROs, performing rights organizations, and I don't think they rival. Obviously they want to sign the best writers and artists, to their respective companies, but I wouldn't say that there's like beef, you know what I'm saying? Or nothing like that. But I just wanted to go. I know a lot of people at BMI. Shout out to my homegirl Sam who hooked me up. Shout out to my man Charles who I saw at the awards and all that. But it was just dope. It was dope to see it. So many talented people in the room, so many amazing artists and performers. Like I said, Janet Jackson was there. She was honored. Justine Scott performed. Her performed, aka Gabby Wilson. Jussie Smollett, Tiana Taylor, Petunia, she killed it, and your girl Normani performed as well.
I'm so glad that she's finally getting the recognition that she deserves because she was so good in Fifth Harmony, and I think it's hard when you're in a group to like distinguish between like individual voices because don't you have to like you gotta melodize? That's not a word, but you gotta sound
harmony.
You gotta sound off with your group harmony.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta but harmony is. Like, if you got to make it harmonize.
Harmonize. Yeah.
That's what I said.
No, you said melanize.
Oh. You got to harmonize with your group, so it's hard to, hear your voice because you got to, make sure you sound, the same as everybody else. But anyway, she was really good. She's really talented. That's all I want to say.
we went all around the block to get to that point. Also being in a group is difficult because if you don't sing lead on records, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times people won't even know that you can sing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you all just melanizing, like you said, or harmonizing and blending vocals.
Melanizing.
If you just blending vocals, a lot of people just, they look at who was the lead singer of Fifth Harmony? I don't know.
I don't think there was a lead. I think they all
they all take turns doing lead? That's dope, and I think that's what I've been seeing a lot of newer groups try to do is share that lead spot. So there's no just clear cut. Cisco, you the head of the group. Beyonce, you the head of the group. Slim, you the head of the group. Do you know those people?
Well, Beyonce is his Destiny Child.
Right.
Cisco was Drew Hill.
Yes.
I always call Drew Hill a person, but it's a group.
That's right. It's my favorite group.
And Slim, no.
Don't at me either. Oh, my bad.
Oh, all right. Slim, I don't know who Slim is.
112.
Oh.
Slim is from 112. So even though
you're the front man. That's a really bandy thing. You have a band the front man of Blink-182, you could say it was Mark Hoppus. So
for sure.
Green Day, it was.
But even with that, right? Travis had his own personality, and so he was able to stand out within the group. You know what I'm saying? It's hard when you're in a group to have your identity. In a group because again, the person who sings lead or the person who's the front man or one front person, let's be politically correct,
not a lot of
they get the focus.
Female bands, but that's another topic for another pod.
Right. But even in that, in Destiny's Child, Michelle has talked about her bouts with depression. Kelly has talked about her depression and, almost even being in a relationship where her dude, was well, Beyonce don't love you. You know what I'm saying? You remember that? Yo, she had a song. It was crazy.
No,
she had a song
that.
out, you know what I'm saying? It was yo, you had me going against my sister B and talking about she ain't here and she don't care and you know what I'm saying? So it is difficult being in a group and having your own identity in a group, individuality and identity within the group, man. So shout out to everybody who performed for Janet Jackson and shout out to Janet Jackson, man. She looked great. She seemed to be very, very appreciative of the award. It was so many other super talented. Atlanta really runs hip hop and R&B, for sure. Because every record, all of the top records, all of the people who wrote or produced or performed those records were from the ATL. It was crazy. It was crazy just to see them and hear them, those records back to back to back and really see feel their presence and then align those people to the region that they from, and the vast majority being from Atlanta. So they definitely got a nice chokehold. Shout out to Metro Boomin, who I didn't realize was only 24 years old.
Yeah, they're all
super accomplished.
I was gonna say Zaytoven.
Shout out to Zay as well.
Metro is really young. Murder is really young. Who else is young? Pierre is really young.
Yeah, Pierre was there also.
They're all like 20s.
Yeah,
I don't think any of them are above 25.
I'm about to say, I don't think any of them are past 25. Like, that's crazy. So shout out to those young brothers for doing the damn thing. Now we talked about new music, and we talked about this Eminem album. M is going at a lot of people on this Kamikaze album.
On this list, like when we prepped, we talked about who he went at, but you forgot one person who I'm surprised you didn't say.
Who?
He went at Tyler, the Creator.
Yeah, he said, well, I didn't even want to go into it because he had words for tons of people. I mean, it's speculated that he went at Drake. Obviously, he had a couple of lines directed towards Charlemagne, Joe Budden as well. So he definitely went through his list of anybody who has something to say about the Revival album. He definitely went at them. But I thought it was interesting that he went at MGK. MGK went at G-Eazy.
His white brethren.
Right, that white beef. That white on white rap beef.
White on white crime.
But you didn't want to talk about it. How come you didn't want to discuss it?
It's too much white rap for me. Shout out MGK. I like MGK. I think he's a cool person. I seen a couple interviews with him. I was like, oh, he's a cool guy. Also, G-Eazy. I don't have any beef with him. He makes some cool songs.
People think G-Eazy is wild cool. I don't know.
He
man.
Is he like a Bay Area SoCal heartbreak? That's how he be. But yeah, it's just too much white rap.
Listen.
I could do 2. This is 3. And they all kind of resemble each other.
You think so? Well, that was one of the gripes that I think MGK had going at G-Eazy, because G-Eazy dyed his hair blonde, and he's like, yo, you want to look like
White
me.
White people have blonde hair.
But I smashed your girl. So who's this female in question? Halsey?
Yeah.
MGK was with Halsey before?
No.
But they
it was
dealt?
Speculated.
Oh, ain't no speculation now. He said, I smashed your girl.
But she was actually with G-Eazy.
Right.
Actually, in a relationship with MGK, it was just speculated. But she said they wasn't, so.
Oh.
And he said they were.
Yeah, so what was the beef between G-Eazy and MGK? What did that start from?
I guess it was just because of Halsey.
Oh.
I remember.
At the root of 99.9% of the world's problems, there is a woman involved somehow.
I think she was friends with MGK. They did some songs together or whatever. And then she was actually with G-Eazy and they dated. And then he cheated on her. So then she left him. And then she posted a picture of her and MGK at the beach, but she was we're just at the beach or whatever.
No, it's never just we were at the beach. That'd be the problem.
It was either a new picture or it was an old picture that recirculated.
Right, and you want to do that to stir up, you know what I'm saying? Make somebody jealous or stir up some.
But she's not like that.
Well, clearly she is if she posted the picture.
No, it recirculated.
All right.
But no, she's not like that at all. I don't really want it. I love Halsey. She's she'll never like that. She would never do that, even though what Jeezy did was wrong. But yeah, they all. First of all, he's you dyed your hair blonde. White people have blonde hair. That's one of their traits. I don't know why he's beefing.
But if you dyed it, then it's not naturally blonde. So yeah, I mean, I thought it was
naturally blonde.
I think there are natural blondes.
If you're born naturally,
nobody that lives in Calabasas right now, but I think that there are.
If you're born naturally blonde, at least I want to say 85%, you're not blonde by the time you grow up. You are dirty blonde, or you're you range in the blonde, but nobody's blonde.
All right.
You dirty blonde, you ashy blonde, strawberry blonde, but blonde as itself is if you do a putt-knit square, who said that? MGK, if you guys do a putt-knit square, I'm sure you'll find out that you're actually not.
I don't even know what that is, but I'm going to Google
find out
it.
Your genes.
Oh, okay. 23andMe?
Yeah, kind of.
All right, bet.
But blonde hair is not a exclusive. White people are blonde.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was stupid. It was reaching, but I though MGK and G-Eazy beefing back and forth with bars.
Most boring thing.
Yeah,
heard.
I'm stupid good on those guys going back and forth lyrically. G-Eazy, I just pick apart his lines because he got some of the corniest punchlines of
Lying
all.
on me like she tired.
Man, get out the studio with that. Whatever, man. I'm not here for no G-Eazy bars. But Eminem decided to go at MGK. MGK didn't have anything to say back to Eminem, so I've seen, but he did go at G-Eazy. And that was, I guess, because I felt like MGK always showed Eminem love, but maybe I missed something, because as I was kind of researching it, I think what happened was MGK made reference to Eminem's daughter, Haley, and M didn't like that.
Oh.
So.
What did she say? She's like, she pretty or something?
Yeah, he said she was hot, something like that.
If she pretty, she pretty.
I feel you. If I post a picture of us today from the podcast and somebody in my comments say, "Oh, your daughter mad pretty," I'm gonna punch him in the face. If it's a dude.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just me though. So that's how that went down.
But don't even like acknowledge your daughter? Didn't he like leave her?
Nah, he definitely did not. He's always acknowledged her. That was Bonnie and Clyde. He's always rode out with her. She talked about, you know, her being the reason for him finding his sobriety and staying on track. You know what I'm saying? Like he's always rode out.
I mean to get that confused.
Yeah, he's always rode out for Lil Haley Jade. You know what I'm saying? Who's a grown woman now and people are probably gonna find attractive, but he don't want to hear that.
Is she over 18?
I think she grown.
So you have no jurisdiction.
You gotta deal with that.
Yeah.
No doubt. I respect it though. I listen, man. Let Eminem run his household.
Much white rap. Like, I'm looking at this. I'm like, Eminem, MGK. All right, that's not G-Eazy. Wait, what? One of them is blonde. They all blonde. They all white. They all got blue eyes. I don't know.
They should do Post Malone in there.
No, I like Post Malone.
Yes, you've definitely made us all aware that you are a fan of what Post Malone does.
Listen, he make like okay music. It's not like great. Well, it's pretty good. Like it's good music.
Nah, it's a vibe. It's a vibe.
He seems like a nice down to earth good guy. Like he's doing this. I was telling you how he's doing a podcast with Cody Ko and Noel Miller, who is some YouTubers that I watch, and. Yeah, like they all just became friends, like really like naturally. Post Malone just seems like a cool guy, and he make cool music, and people get on him for no reason.
Shout out to Posty. He's laughing all the way to the bank, man. This album's #1 for the longest. Rockstars won all types of awards, streamed and all types of downloads. You know what I'm saying? So he's doing A-OK. So shout out to the boy Post Malone. In some Car family business, we had a big tragedy this week in the household, man. So if you guys know us and have seen any photos or follow us or even just heard us make reference to our dog Nina, who we had for almost 13 years, man, 12 and a half years. Nina passed away this past week. Super sad, somber time in the house, in the family. Tay, I know y'all was like besties.
Yeah, Nina was my OG. So if you had her for 12 years, I was like 4 or 3 or 4 or maybe 5 when I got her. Yeah, the story, I've always denied it because
the story you've always just you denied Nina?
No, the story the story was that we went to like Pet City or whatever, and Dad wasn't there. Dad was like on business or whatever, and so Mom and I went to Pet City and like with my cousins or something, and then I saw Nina. And, like, I was petting her and I was loving on her. And then Mom was like, all right, we got to go. And I started crying because, you know, I really wanted Nina. And so then they went back next weekend and we got Nina. You know, I've denied it for all these years, but I'll accept it. I'll accept it. Because I have, like, such a good bond with Nina that I believe it.
Yeah.
Nina was OG. She slept in my bed, you know. We used to cool out. And we named her Nina because when we got her, I had met Nina B for the first time, I think.
Word.
And then Dad was like, oh, how do you like Nina B? And I was like, you know, I really like her. She's nice. She's a nice lady. She's pretty. And then we named her Nina.
Shout out to Nina B. That's crazy. I haven't spoken to her probably since we got Nina. No, really long time. We did flip it, though, and made it Nina Simone, obviously, for our love of music. And from the recollection of mine in the story, I got the call. Yo, your daughter wants a dog. We went to Pet City. She wants a dog. And she's crying, this and this and that. And I don't even think it was the following weekend. I want to say it was like the next day or like yeah, I want to say it was like the next day or the day after because your mom was like, oh, I don't want her to be gone. And she wants this specific dog and boom, boom, boom. And then I met y'all over there the next day. And yeah, Nina's been part of the family ever since, man. So definitely super sad. I still like, when I wake up in the morning, you know, because she was part of the daily routine.
Yeah, she
you know
slept
what I'm saying?
right
like,
on the carpet in the middle of the living room. Every time I come to the house, I open the door and I'm looking at the exact spot.
Same here. When I come down in the morning, the first thing I do is look on the carpet and I don't see her, and then it dawns on me. Or when I come in the house, you know what I'm saying? Like the first thing I want to do is like, oh, Nina, what up? And it's no Nina, man. So super whack. Me personally, speaking for myself, for Torae, I can't do it again, man. I don't want no more dogs.
Yeah, I really like dogs. I'm a big animal lover, and I wanted 2 dogs. I wanted 2 big dogs. Call them Hall & Oates after, you know, Hall & Oates.
Yo, now it's out there now.
Now I want to.
Now it's out there.
If y'all steal that, if I see any of that, be scrapping. That's my idea.
It's out there. You put it out there for the world now. It's in the universe.
It's my idea. And I want all the static if I see two dogs named Hall and Oates. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wait on it. Wait on it.
Yeah, man. So shout out to the dog, Nina. Love you. Rest in peace to Beans. So many people, like when I put the picture up too, a lot of people had talked about losing their pets. And so, I mean, like full disclosure, I'm black. I've been black my whole life. So I never understood like people loving up on their animals. Like, fam, relax.
That's so funny.
It's a dog. It's a cat. Man, I boo-hooed so much. Man, as soon as Nina got sick, like when we knew, like the clock was ticking basically, I just was sad. Like she really was a part of our life. Because what you don't realize is how much they ingrained in your daily routine, but also like they have personalities. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Nina
can remember
had the driest, most sarcastic personality.
Yo,
ever.
She was the Jerry Seinfeld of dogs, B.
Yeah.
She just had dry humor. She was funny, and also like going through the years, when she was young and spunky and running around. Like we had it since we lived in the projects of 2007. You know what I'm saying? So like I can remember her running out the building and then into oncoming traffic. You know what I'm saying? Like I can remember
time that you lost her.
I can like when we moved to the condo in Brooklyn and I didn't lose her. She just decided to go away for a little bit. Yo, Nina was missing for like 2-3 hours. It was the most stressful 3 hours of my life. And I won't tell the whole story, but we had a collar, right? So if you find our dog, there's a collar and it says, if the dog is found, please contact info@itstorae.com. I had the email up there, info@itstorae.com. When dude that had the dog finally found me and he was like, yeah, man, I had your dog. I saw her walking by the street. So I grabbed her, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, yo, thank you so much. He like, yeah, man, I tried to look at the collar, but when I went to the website, all I saw was like music and videos and stuff. I was like, dog, the info wasn't at itstorae.com. The email was info@itstorae.com. So rest in peace to Beans. You will be missed. We love you. And nah, I'm not doing it again. It's over. It's over for any other dogs in the life. And some good news and some dope news and some ATL, we here now news. Taylor went and hung out with the homies yesterday.
Oh, why are we talking about this? I mean, this was not on my outline BTW.
I just wanted to know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you went and hung out, you made some friends, because we talked about, how the transition was from New York to Atlanta and, you leaving your friends back in New York. So I just wanted to see, like, you know what I mean? Like, you went and hung out with your homies yesterday. Was it like ATL, a movie? Because y'all did go to the skating rink.
Yeah, it was really crowded.
It was crowded.
And people was like roller skating backwards. They was like jumping, like they was roller skating in the back, and then they jumped to the front, and then they did one leg. People had on roller blades, which I've never done. But yeah, it was like, I felt like I was in row bounce.
Word.
Red Bow Wow.
Yeah. Where's Rashad? So that's what's up. That's dope. So these are your new ATL homies?
I think it's hard to make friends because it's such a big school. It's not like you see each other all the time. So like you see each other when you see each other, and you hang out when you hang out.
So you trying to front on them, basically?
No, I'm not. I'm just, you see each other when you see each other, you hang out when you hang out.
Yeah, but you got like so many different forms of ways to communicate. Like you guys could text.
Yeah, you do that.
All right. No doubt. Well, I'm glad you went out. Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I didn't fall.
You didn't fall?
No. Roller skating is easy.
All right. Do you plan on going back?
Yeah, sure. They gotta make it lit in there though. Sparkles, if you hear this, you guys gotta make it lit in there. Like it'd be like dark, but like you make it like a little darker. Put some better lights and some better music.
You should go there. You should go with your proposal of what they could do to improve it. You know what I'm saying, and bring more people in, even though you said it was packed.
Yeah, it's also in a weird location.
But people go there. Like I've heard a lot of people talk about that spot.
Yeah, there's only two. There's one in Kennesaw, and then there's one in. It's either Hiram or Hiram. I would say Hiram because I'm cultured, and Hiram sounds weird.
All right, bougie talk.
But yeah, it's cool.
I heard people talk about it, man. So shout out to Taylor and the homies for making their way out to Sparkles and rocking. Do you want to get into fan mail now?
Yeah, I want to, because this first one is confusing.
Why is it confusing? What's confusing about it? Go ahead, set it up. Let's drop it right now. Fan mail time. Let's go.
Shout out Dad's man, I'm assuming, Jared Jack, and says NBA wants to be on the show.
Oh, I guess the way I wrote it.
So when I'm reading it, I'm like, the National Basketball Association wants to be on the show?
Or does NBA Youngboy want to be on the show?
Oh.
No, that's not it.
Oh.
Jared Jack is a player in the NBA.
Oh.
Shout out to my man, Jared Jack. I believe he's still on the Knicks.
Sorry. I don't watch basketball, so I don't know. I'm not saying you whack. I just really don't know.
Nah, he's definitely not whack. He's an OG, like 13, 14-year vet. I met him. He's also a hip hop head, so I think I met him at a concert. I want to say out here actually, because I know he went to Georgia Tech. Anyway, Marco, when he used to play in Toronto, Marco and his brother Roberto used to always say, "Oh, Torae, look, that's your twin, Jared Jack." Blah 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 blah. Then he started playing. Well, he was light skinned bald head. I mean, kind of looked like, not really, but kind of sort of. And then he played in Brooklyn for the Brooklyn Nets. And when we met, I think I was like, "Yo, what up, what up? It's good, whatever." And then I was like, "Yo, see, look, we in the same place at the same time. We not the same person," like jokingly. And then from there, we just got cool. We like started following each other on social media. And, he would chime in on things. I would chime in on things from time to time. And yeah, he commented on the post and he was like, "Yo, I want to come on the show." So I was like, you know what I mean? Maybe. Well, we haven't decided if we're going to have guests yet.
Yeah.
But shout out to my man, Jared Jack, for checking us out and saying he wants to come by the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sorry. I really didn't know. I was so confused. I was like, all right, so either NBA YoungBoy or like the basketball league or like what's going on?
You crazy. Shout out to my man Guy. He said, "Stop playing and get back to dropping episodes weekly." And like I explained to Guy in the comments, I was traveling a lot. You know what I'm saying? We was running around. But now that I'm home and stationary, we're going to get back to our thing on a regular basis. My girl Sauda says, "I love the podcast, especially Taylor's perspective. I'm young old, so her view keeps me in the know with my teen's life." I told you, man, people. You are the culture, baby.
Young old.
She ain't young. Because if she young old, I'm a young old. Because we went to school. You know what's ill about Sauda? Shout out to Sauda and shout out to my brother Adrian. We went to school together. We went to high school together. And you and their daughter went to CIP
That's what
together.
I was thinking about. I was like, Naila. I was like, I remember Naila. I just didn't know if it was that one. But yeah. Shout out to Naila.
Yeah. Shout out to her. So she was a year older than you. So she's already starting her first year of college.
Yeah.
Went to Hampton University. So congratulations to her. Also shout out to their son, Idris. But I think that was so ill. You know what I'm saying? Like my homies.
That happens like a lot. Because like that's happened when like some of like people I knew from CIP, they're like, "Yo, is your mom like Kimberly?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, "Oh yeah, we went to like high school together." It's happened like a lot of times.
Yeah, it's crazy. I guess we was all just, it's that we in that same age bracket. You know what I'm saying? So we had kids around the same time, and if you stay in the same neighborhoods and communities, your kids probably end up going to the same school, man. So shout out to them. Shout out to my man Phil Maddock, who says he was definitely yelling at his phone last week when I played OPP. I told you, they can be like, "Yo, it's so easy. It's naughty by nature. It's OPP. Taylor, you got this."
Phil, I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you.
So shout out to everybody who rock with us. I guess that's a great segue into what Phil was talking about, which was Put Me On. One of the fan faves. Each week, Taylor comes with a record. I come with a record or some information, and we try to put each other on.
I got some information this week.
So, do you have a record, though?
Yeah.
Last week, I was stumped. Last week, we were both stumped.
Yeah.
Musically.
I have a record this week.
Word. So you want to run through your information while I cue up my record?
Yeah. So remember the New York episode is what I donned it, is what I've called it. We talked about the KSI and Logan Paul fight. And that was a couple months back.
Yes, what happened?
So
you said KSI was gonna bust son head.
Yeah. And it was a tie.
It was a tie?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta find it. There's a link. You got the link.
Yeah.
I need the link. Link me.
It was crazy. It was insane. They both made massive amount of money, but in their contract, they said they was gonna have a rematch. So I don't know if it was staged or not. There's a lot of speculation that it was a stage. But they've had like real professional boxers like weighing on a fight, and like the real professional boxers said that. Well, a lot of them said that Logan should have won. A lot of them said it should have been a tie. So yeah, congrats to them. They both, put in a lot, like months of
training for sure,
and conditioning and getting in there. And then their younger brothers fought. So Logan fought KSI and Jake fought Deji, and Deji lost. But I thought that was weird because Jake had like a busted up nose and like a messed up lip. So it sounded like he got more like punches that connected, but I'm sure there's more like math involved that I don't know how to do. But but I think that Deji, like, he put in a lot of work. He wasn't like skinny, he wasn't like fat, he wasn't like in the best shape, but he like in the end, from the beginning to the end, you see it, he like toned up, he got conditioned, and he really like tried, he really like got in there. So shout out to all of them, and I think it's cool because it's they're two, KSI and Logan Paul are two one's from UK, one's from America, and they're both very syndicated. So to bring up a very divided YouTube community and bring them together, because I know a lot of people have been like unsatisfied with the YouTube community. Like, it's like it's not like the same. It's not about like creators. It's about money. So to bring two creators,
welcome to the world of business.
To bring two creators together and a whole bunch of more creators together and like bring that, it was pretty cool. So I think it was less about the boxing and more about how YouTube is changing and evolutionizing.
Word. It's also a dope way, like it's an OG way, but like you got a problem with somebody, man, get in the ring, throw the gloves on, and scrap. So who you said got in shape?
All of them did.
Did they? I need to get in beef with somebody so I can start training, so I can get back and fight in shape, man. But shout out to all of them. I definitely want to check out the link. And so do you want to jump into music or should I jump into?
Are you ready? I mean, we can.
I think I'm ready.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
All right, let's do it, man. It's Put Me On. Your boy Torae is here. Taylor is here. Let's get it.
Always there when you call. Always on time.
All right. How many guesses I get? 3 guesses?
3 guesses.
And 3 hints. Okay. Do I have to guess this is a question, it's not a hint. Do I have to guess the female singer too?
No.
Okay.
I think that if you knew the female singer, it would help you out with the MC though.
Is it like A. Marie or something, the female singer?
It is not like A. Marie or something.
It's not Ashanti or something?
It is Ashanti.
Okay, Ashanti. Okay. So who she works? She be like fabulous. I don't know. Okay. They got a gravelly, raspy voice. So who does that? I want to say Busta Rhymes, but I don't think Busta Rhymes has ever worked with Ashanti. Or maybe he has. He has. Oh. All right. It's not DMX, but DMX got a grassy voice too. Are you laughing over there?
Nah, I'm not. I'm sitting here with a straight face. I'm liking your process of elimination, though. That's good.
I'm really trying.
Yeah, you going through the motions. I ain't mad at that.
Is there a person named Buckshot, or I'm just...
There is a person named Buckshot.
Is that person?
That is not Buckshot.
Okay. I don't know why I thought that. Okay. Who else got a raspy voice? Who Ashanti worked with? Can I get a year?
A year. That was early 2000s. Can you pull up the year of that song? That was early 2000s for sure.
I'm stuck on Fabulous, and it's not him. Early 2000s Ashanti. Oh, I got 2 hints, 2 guesses. Oh, jeez. Oh, man, I really don't know. What's the year, Mom? Also the artist.
Also the artist. 2004? 2001? Damn. 01.
Well,
that's when you was
I was literally 1 or 0.
Yeah, you was 0, bro.
I don't. It's not. I don't know.
Yo, you sound like me the week I didn't get Sampa, and I was so tight. You sound like that guy.
Okay, can I get another hint?
Sure. Queen's MC. So millions and millions of records. Started in the group, but his group was more underground. So like he didn't really pop off until he popped off. And I'll give you a big one. He was under Irv Gotti.
How's that big? I don't know who Irv Gotti is.
And again, the listening audience is shouting at their phones, computer screens, iPads, or whatever they checking us out on right now.
Ja Rule was a group, right? This is just a question to help me.
Ja Rule was a solo artist.
It's Ja Rule.
It is Ja Rule. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like somebody in the room told you.
No, Mom didn't tell me. I swear.
I feel like somebody told you, yo. Yes, that was Ja Rule.
I was thinking of...
How did you come up with that?
Okay, here we go. It's a process. So I was thinking
Clearly.
I was thinking of raspy voices. So I was like DMX, but it's obviously not DMX. And then I was thinking Busta Rhymes, but it wasn't Busta Rhymes. But then I was thinking of when we went to Coney Island at the amphitheater to see that group that I can't think of right now.
The Lox?
Yeah. Then I started thinking about the Lox. But I always thought that Ja Rule was in the Lox instead of
Jadakiss.
Instead of Jadakiss.
Oh,
so
I see it connected.
And then I said Jadakiss. I was like, it don't sound like Jadakiss. But then I knew it was Ja Rule. So I got Ja Rule.
And whatever it takes to get you to it, it doesn't matter. You got it. That was good. That was good. I was definitely about to say you ran out of time.
I don't know how I got that.
Nah, you went through the process.
That's how I be in math.
You earned that. That's how you be in math. Why don't you just listen to the teacher?
No, I do, but sometimes the way that she tell you to do it don't work. So you got to go back to how you know how to do it.
You got to go back to the Lox, Amphitheater, Jadakiss, Buckshot, Ja Rule, and get to your.
I don't know.
Get to the answer.
Right.
Get to the quote. That one. No doubt. Shout out to Ja Rule. So yes, like I said, Ja Rule, Irv Gotti, Murder Inc., huge company. In them 2000s, Shanti was a part of it as well. So huge, billions and millions of records. Was really, really big. Do you know the artist that it was that I guess kind of took Ja out that spot, out the limelight?
No.
Had beef with 50 Cent. 50 Cent was coming up, both from Queens. 50 Cent was coming up on the underground scene. Him and Ja had real personal street beef. And as 50 was making his rise, the rumor is Irv Gotti and Ja being so big tried to blacklist him. But he still made it through. You know, he got shot. They tried to say that he was a danger and that the industry didn't need a guy like that in the industry and boom, boom, boom. But obviously we can see 50 Cent made it through. And his life's mission when he got on was to take Ja Rule and Murder Inc. down. And, you know, arguably he did. Because it's like you either got to be 50 Cent or Ja Rule. And 50 was on fire, and Ja was singing a lot, and 50 was singing too, but like singing about shooting you instead of loving you, and it was crazy, man. So shout out to Ja Rule, making his way back onto the scene though, man. Shout out to Ja, Irv, and Fifth.
I don't know how I got that.
All right.
That thought process, that was crazy.
Yeah, you did it though. You made it happen. Now there's more pressure on me because if I don't get it, I'm gonna be back to, you know what I mean, back to the offer.
This one should be also kind of easy. I've given you like kind of layups like 2 weeks in a row. I want us to be even out. So
last week was not no layup. That was a half court shot.
I played this song. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
All right. All right, indeed. All right, man. Let's start rolling out these hints.
Okay. These hints are right.
I'm getting these hints popping.
Their debut album, I'm not going to say what because it'll give you a hint, became the first pop band to debut at the #1 in the United States charts. And as a result, they were inducted into the Guinness Book of World Records. So they're a big band, pop band.
But not from the U.S.?
No. Not from the U.S. And it got into the Guinness Book of World Records. Listen.
Oh, no, bro. All right, let me get another hint. Have they worked with any artists that I know?
That's kind of, no. I'm going to say no.
You want to say no?
Okay. Another hint. Their album, I'm not going to say, entered the UK charts at #1 simultaneously, making the band the youngest act to achieve that in the history of the British chart. And that album topped the charts in over 34 countries. But listen to the hints. If they're a big group and they're charting in the U.S. and where they're from, what group have you known has done that?
No, if I knew, I would have told you. I would have said already.
10 years. Not 10 years. In the last 5 years.
Man, I mean, you keep giving me album stats, which is cool, but that's not helping me.
They're a group of guys. Okay, I'll say one of their. Do you want like an album name? Will that help?
I'm pretty sure it will not, unless they got a group titled album, band titled album. Let me just start guessing.
But really think about it. What group was so big? They're big in the U.S. They're big in the U.K. They've done tours. They saw millions of albums. They've made millions of dollars. They're huge, and they're a band, and they're of boys, and they made history in boy band history.
5 Seconds of Summer?
No, man, they're not making history yet.
All right.
But they are related to them. You could put them in the same circle.
Oh, did they tour with 5 Seconds of Summer?
Yes.
That'd be nice if I could remember.
We didn't go to that tour, so we didn't.
Is it One Direction?
Yeah.
1D, yes, baby.
Man,
don't look at me with disgust. I got it right.
You know how, that was mad easy.
It was not mad easy. I never heard a One Direction song about black life.
Have, because I play it and Mom plays it, because it's Mom's favorite song, and I played it aloud.
All right, man. I'll be washing the dishes when you're doing that. I don't know. But I got it. Yo, don't look at, why you looking at, don't look like that. Why you looking at me like you tight?
Like when you think
I don't even know where One Direction is from, yo. I don't follow them like that. I had no idea. Well, clear, I know that now. I don't follow them like that,
but
so I really had no idea.
What boy band has been big since?
Bruh, you think I'm sitting around my days figuring out the hottest boy bands out there?
But like they were so big because it hasn't been something like since NSYNC or the Beatles. There's only 3 big boy bands that you could think of, and it's not those two.
I was definitely thinking those both went through my mind, and obviously I knew it wasn't either of them. I don't know if I just didn't know that One Direction was from across the pond. Maybe I wasn't aware of that, and that's why it didn't register with me like that.
Well, yeah, it was on. You got it.
Shout out to the guys, man. Shout out to Zane
Yup.
and Niall
Yup.
and Lo. Is there a Lohan? Logan? Louis? Yeah.
Yep. There's another L.
The rest of them.
Liam and Harry.
Yeah, Liam. That's what I was thinking of.
But I said no, they haven't worked with people you know. As a group, they have.
Yeah, that was
kind of
like a hint. Yeah, I was kind of trying. But who worked with who?
Liam's worked with Quavo.
Quavo.
Harry Styles worked with Stevie Nicks from Fleetwood Mac.
Yes.
Louis worked with Vivi Rexa. And they've all.
Are they getting back together? That's the question.
It seems like no, which hurts because I don't know if you heard that.
Hurts?
I don't know if you heard that song, but that was a banger.
Yeah, that was hard.
So the fact they're not getting back, well, they all got kids and like solo careers now. So
All right. Once you get a taste of that solo money, it's hard to get back into that splitting the pie up. You know what I mean?
yeah, whatever.
Well, shout out to all. What's the run one defense?
Directioners.
Yeah, well, shout out to all the directioners out there. Listen, thank you for rocking with us on episode 8 of the Family Matters podcast. As we close out week after week with the same call to action: follow us, subscribe us, link us, rate us, download us, share us with your people. And honestly, it takes nothing to stream the podcast, man. You got a good hour, you know what I'm saying? You got 20 minutes to work, 30 minutes to work. You can ride in and rock with us. The Family Matters podcast, Torae, Taylor, we up out. Peace.